Choose me. Marry me. Let me make you happy.
Welcome to MsMojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 wedding tropes that make no sense.
I was out front. I just left. I can't do this.
For this list, we'll be looking at the things that always seem to happen in fictional on-screen weddings that are highly unlikely to ever go down in real life. Have you ever been to a wedding where one of these tropes did happen? Let us know in the comments. Number 10. Doesn't anyone have a budget? If you've ever thrown a wedding, you'll know only too well how pricey those shindigs can get.
There's no money? Well, this is terrible. You guys are gonna have to get married in like a rec center.
There's the venue, the food, the vendors, the outfits. The price of flowers alone isn't for the faint-hearted.
Okay, is there a package lower than the bronze package? Perhaps a copper package?
This is why the ridiculously lavish events often seen on screen leave us baffled. You might have been inspired by Uncle Jesse and Becky's wedding in Full House, created a mood board based on Annie and Brian's ceremony from Father of the Bride, or dreamt of recreating Monica and Chandler's walk down the aisle and reception on Friends. Based on what we know about some of these characters, they went significantly over budget.
Well, you're not suggesting that we spend all of the money on the wedding.
Yeah.
They'd be better off saving their hard-earned dough for their futures. Number 9. I object. It's the moment we've all been waiting for, the I do's. But first, the officiant will say something like,
If anyone here can give good cause as to why these two should not be married, let them speak now or forever hold their peace.
You might hear this at some strict Christian weddings, but generally it's with respect to the legality of the nuptials. In TV and movies, the exclamation is typically used as an opening to make a sweeping declaration of love or to stop someone from marrying the wrong person.
Oh, for the love of Pete!
Oftentimes, it involves a frantic race against time, and occasionally the culprit arrives at the wrong venue, interrupting some other poor happy couple's special day.
Claire, will you wait just a second? All I wanted was a second alone so I could try to explain things. But I've never gotten that chance.
Of course, the drama's just part of the entertainment, and those kinds of theatrics would certainly not be welcome at a real wedding. Number 8. A last-minute venue change.
Sadly, I won't be able to squire you for today's wedding venue peregrination.
As Hollywood likes to remind us, venues can book up years in advance. So once you've penciled in that date and dropped that dough on a deposit, it's improbable that anything will drastically change. At least this was true until the pandemic hit. Yet, in a common trope, the dream setting suddenly becomes unavailable due to unforeseen circumstances. Ross and Emily's venue was torn down, while a vengeful nemesis turns Jake and Amy's location into a crime scene.
Hello?
Jake Peralta,
Yes?
there's a bomb at your wedding. It's set to explode at 5:30.
Meanwhile, unexpected weather nearly dampens both Phoebe and Mike, and David and Patrick's weddings. Normally, friends and family rally together to ensure the celebrations can still take place elsewhere.
You always wanted to get married outside. Why don't you guys just do it on the street?
What?
As heartwarming, hilarious, or just plain chaotic as these moments can be, it ain't happening in reality because backup plans are usually made in case of such emergencies.
It's really hard to talk parking when we don't even know where we're holding the thing.
Number 7. A disastrous bachelor or bachelorette party.
Here's your orders, ladies. You can help yourself.
There's a whole genre of movies dedicated to this trope, and plenty of TV shows have delved into the cliche as well.
Check your pocket on the right side, buddy!
My pot! Yeah!
It's the last hurrah as a single person, and they're hoping for a night to remember. That usually ends up being the case, just for all the wrong reasons. While it definitely makes for an entertaining watch, would you actually want to be at any of these parties in real life?
Just to set the record straight, I didn't hire the prostitute. She was a gift from him. But shame on you, Ross. That is not how we treat women in this country.
Also, no one's actually going on these wild blowouts the day before the wedding. Who wants to be exhausted, hungover, and desperately trying to piece together the previous night's events as they walk down the aisle? Number 6, you can't plan and hold a wedding in just a few days. Weddings take a lot of careful planning and precise coordination, and things have to get booked pretty far in advance.
But the only problem is, it's a month from today.
This is basically free.
David, that's not enough time. We need to give people notice.
So throwing together a wedding in a couple of days might save time in a film or your favorite TV show, but it's incredibly unrealistic off-screen. According to the Knott's 2021 Real Wedding Study, an average couple in the US will be engaged for 16 months.
And they're so impatient to begin their lives together, they move their wedding date up 3 months.
That's a long time to plan your dream wedding. So we're not quite sure how Gammy Annie and the other Paxtons pulled it off in just one weekend.
Grace, for God's sake, we've got work to do.
I know, sorry.
Go make yourself a cup of tea. I'll finish this.
Sure, you could bypass all the fuss and just elope, but you still need to get your hands on a marriage license first. Number 5, vendors aren't canceling last minute. Besides the bride or groom being a no-show, having your vendors cancel last minute is among the biggest wedding crises a couple could face.
It's not a wedding. It's not happening.
You wouldn't want your guests to go hungry, and what's a party without cake? Yet fictional weddings like to amp up the drama with a last-second cancellation or several.
And then the florist phoned to say that there aren't any tulips. Oh, and then the cellist has carpal tunnel syndrome.
Whoa, Emily, honey, okay?
The truth is that when you book your various services, you sign a contract that holds both parties accountable.
Did you guys know that there's a giant ice sculpture in the hall?
Dropping out or coming across as flaky isn't exactly a good look for the company either. Unless there's some major emergency or extenuating circumstances like the pandemic, vendors tend to be reliable. However, it doesn't hurt to go over your contract and make sure you're covered. Number 4, must something always go wrong?
We're getting married in 5 hours. I don't have my perfectly tailored tux. I can't just go buy something off the rack. I'm not Cindy Crawford.
Understandably, an on-screen wedding serves to entertain audiences, so it would be a little dull if there weren't a few mishaps here or there.
As one man slipped a ring on, one woman was still trying to slip a bracelet off.
In fact, we challenge you to find a memorable movie or TV wedding that isn't hit by some considerable catastrophe. But ask any real-life married couple, and they're unlikely to recount tales of a badger on the loose in the vents or a crazed ex tearing around the venue.
Let me give you the life you deserve. Let me make you happy.
There might have been 1 or 2 minor inconveniences at most, but nothing that will throw off the entire event.
What? There's a wildfire near the venue. No!
After all, for many, it's one of the best days of their lives, and something they'll treasure forever. Number 3, the vital missing item. And while we're on the subject of things going wrong, have you ever noticed how an important wedding article always manages to disappear at the worst possible moment?
The stripper stole the ring! The stripper stole the ring! Chandler, get up! Get up! The stripper stole the ring!
The missing ring is one of the biggest tropes, and we've also seen a few lost or ruined veils.
The cake hasn't arrived yet. Mason woke up with the chicken pox, so we don't have a ring bearer. Plus, look what I found on my veil.
Typically, the careless perpetrator tries to relocate the missing item in secret. The truth is that the bride or groom isn't expecting anyone to hold on to these keepsakes before the wedding.
So can I see the ring?
Nope. Promise to keep it safe.
They'll probably just hand it over on the day once they're already at the venue. Who would want to take the chance of losing something so meaningful on their big day?
Hey, you guys want more sausages, huh? There you go. Eat them up, fellas.
Here, give me some.
Oh, there you go.
Number 2, professing an undying love for the bride or groom. You know that saying that starts with, "'Tis better to have loved and lost"? Well, this cliche would beg to disagree.
"'Tis better to have loved and lost, yada yada yada. Let's go to the arcade."
An old flame or friend suddenly realizes that the bride or groom is the one that got away. Sometimes the feelings are reciprocated, and other times it's totally misplaced.
He's not your true love.
What do you know about true love?
Well,
Can you imagine the drama if this actually happened in real life? It probably wouldn't be viewed as the grand romantic gesture that it so often is in countless rom-coms.
Michael, I love you.
Rather, it would anger many people, ruin some friendships, and above all, be really embarrassing and something they'd never live down. However, if you've ever witnessed anything like this, please tell us in the comments.
Maybe I'm making a mistake.
Wait, what are you saying?
Maybe I should be marrying you.
Before we unveil our number 1 pick, here are some honorable mentions. leaving your own wedding to go on honeymoon. Most couples wait a bit longer before jetting off. Resolving family feuds. Your wedding really isn't the forum for unresolved family drama.
And welcome to Sophie's dad. I have to tell you, he is here.
I know. I invited him.
You couldn't have. I don't know which one it is.
Saying the wrong name. Even as a joke, this has no place at a real wedding.
Repeat after me. I, Ross.
I, Ross.
Take thee, Emily.
Take thee, Rachel.
Your bridesmaid or maid of honor is your nemesis. Normally, a bride selects her nearest and dearest for a reason.
Ever since you got engaged, everything's turned to shit. You know what? This is supposed to be about my time. You have managed to ruin every event in my wedding.
Wedding crashers. It's not fun and spontaneous, it's just rude.
Look, I knew I was never gonna be a professional bullfighter. But that's not why I did it.
Weren't you scared?
Can I say yes?
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications. Number 1. Getting left at the altar. While getting cold feet is fairly common, it's generally something the couple will address before actually getting married.
Get me out of here! Go, go, go.
The odds of attending an actual ceremony where someone gets jilted are incredibly low, but it does make for some entertaining viewing and certainly gives viewers something to talk about.
She's pausing. Keep eye contact. Stay with me. Eye contact.
Perhaps you never thought the couple belonged together anyway and it comes as a relief. Or you thought they were a match made in heaven and you can't believe so-and-so would do that. It's a pretty overused and relatively unrealistic trope.
I don't need to stand around and be insulted. I'm out of here.
Good! If we ever attend a wedding where someone's left at the altar, we'll eat the entire wedding cake, toppers, and all.
We need your help. And seriously, ew.
You want our help after you left me at the altar? No dice!
Do you agree with our picks? Check out this other recent clip from MsMojo and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.